Okay, so we're going to do the final review for the chipper shredder by Predator, which is a Harbor Freight product. A couple things I've noticed about it. It fires up well, it chips well, it shreds well, it does a lot of things well. What I've noticed, and what you're going to have a problem with, so be prepared for this, is the simple stuff. I think one of the issues that I have is this gas tank. You can't see it, but this actually drops down in front of where you fill the gas. So the sledge here makes it a little bit difficult to get in to fill your gas. Now, if they had moved this to the front, it'd have been perfect. There's no obstruction here, but there's an obstruction up here. So if you're using a big 5-gallon tank or a strange little gas nozzle, you might have some issues. So what I found was that I'm using a small 1-gallon to fill this up, and it fits until I get to the bottom of the gas can, and I've got to tilt it. I'm hitting this, and I can't get every bit of gas out. The next thing that I've noticed that was an issue is the little hatch here. This, by default, wouldn't stay up, so I went ahead and cranked this down as tight as I could in the up position, and I did this for 2 reasons. Anything less than fully up and your bag doesn't stay open wide enough to get all the sticks and things to come through, and that was causing a backup and plugging up the bag quicker than it was being filled. Now, while we're down here talking about sticks and plugging up the bag, what I found also is that when you have branches that you're putting in here, this goes up to 3 inches. I would venture to say 1/2 inch and up, not up to 3 inches. So 1/2 inch to 3 inches, because you put the smaller sticks in here. Let's say this size stick. I don't know if you can see that. This is maybe 1/4 inch. When you put this in here, it basically just chops it up like using scissors, and you get pieces about 6 inches long, maybe even longer, that come out the chute into the bag, and then your bag gets all poked, and once you get enough of these sticks, all the finer shreds and mulch won't go any further in the bag. Which takes me to the next issue that I have with this. This bag has been used since day one. We do not shoot straight out of this into the yard. We go directly into the bag. Now, from the factory, you can see how the threads in the seams are starting to separate, and we've already had to stitch this up once and repair it. I believe it was right down here. Now we've got more stitching coming out. So this bag, this standard stitching that comes with it, is very weak. It's not very good. So be prepared to make some repairs on this, or have a second bag handy, or some sort of alternative. If you have an alternative bag, you need to make sure that air will flow through this. Okay? Otherwise, you're just going to shoot the bag right off the chute here. The other thing is I can never get it completely empty, so there's always going to be stuff in the foot of the bag here. And our most recent problem with the bag was this little toggle or cord lock. The one that came on here was plastic, just like this one, single hole, and it busted and the bag wouldn't stay on, so we had to shut down for a couple of days to find another cord lock. Luckily, we found this on a small bag that we used for some lawn chairs or something. I just cut it off, and here we go. It's a decent replacement. We haven't tested this one out yet, but be prepared for these to break as well. That's really about it. The thing weighs a ton, so it's difficult to move. If you're looking for something to tow with your trailer or tractor or anything like that, this is not the machine. I have not been able to figure out a way to make it adaptable so that it can be towed. Maybe Predator makes a separate attachment for it, but I don't see a place where it would mount. Other than that, it's been a good chipper for us. We've done a lot. I mean a lot of branches through here. We've even put some branches in there that were green. No problems. Dry wood, no problems. We've used the top portion mostly for green leaves and smaller sticks now that we figured out that this was causing a problem in the bag. So I've been a little bit more careful and mindful of that. But overall, it's been a pretty good machine. I would recommend it. It's a lesser expensive chipper. You can go to DR or somebody like that specializes in them, but you're going to pay a lot more money for them for what it is. And I guess one last note: we have not taken off the hatch here to see what the teeth look like. I'm kind of looking in here, and they look like they're still pretty sharp. You can't really see that on the camera, but they do make replacement teeth, and you can buy aftermarkets that I found online as well. So parts are available. So if you're in need of a chipper shredder, I do recommend the Harbor Freight one. It's, like I said, inexpensive and ready to roll. Alright, hope you enjoyed it.